welcome to the Politricks watch. This is Sir P. Now, Uncle Sam make it known, US travel advisory. Right? Better you stay away from Ironman. They must say, too dangerous, too risky. Now, we've seen this before, and it don't stop nobody. No matter what Uncle Sam say, tourists still visit Ironman in record numbers. Because road amount alone make tourists know say 87s stay far from them. Even your bodies, right, so-called shatter, don't want no smoke with Billy Joe or Gwyneth. Because them know if them upset the golden goose that lays the golden egg, then them badness career might come to an end. You see, Ironman bigwigs have no interest in educating the population on what happens outside of the nation's border. The reason for this is because in order for them to say something like, oh, the crime real bad, we can't do much about it right now, the only way people accept that is if they don't know about Colombia and how for the murder rate drastically decline. If they don't know about El Salvador and how for the murder rate drastically decline. That is why I spend so much time making these type of videos, these more educational type of videos. People understand, say, a unicorn meat, it can be done. The only way them can win election, be taken seriously, etc., is by telling people, say, right, the reason why Ironman top murder charge is because of the nation's poverty. Even if you go further and say inner city poverty, the only way people buy that is if they don't know about countries like Malawi, countries like Gambia, countries like Angola, etc. Now, despite all of this, the people should get some of the blame. Because we're living in a time when people have unprecedented access to smartphones and all kind of things. Obviously not everybody have the internet, but way more than back in the day. But people use the internet mostly for entertainment and not for educational purposes. So none of the things I'm going to hear in this video are going to be brand new to you, even though you probably have a smartphone going all the way back to BlackBerry and them days there. The narrative that Ironman tops global murder charts because of poverty is one of the biggest scams in history. It is pushed by a lot of politicians, academics, entertainers. You see, a lot of these people, especially some of the academics them, they take their talking points directly from textbooks, right, written by some dude in Winnipeg. Any Jamaican scholar who actually do their own research will see that Jamaica once had a murder rate lower than the United States of America. This is a fact. Despite, back then, the country was much poorer, less employed, less developed, and more illiterate. These are facts. I challenge anyone to dispute them. Now I'm going to show you some foreign countries, but even in Ironman, now for the place that are bad now, just 10-20 years ago, these were peaceful places. Portland is probably the last bastion of safety in Ironman by the other 13 parishes standards. Portland is one of the most neglected parishes in Jamaica. For all its natural beauty, Portland is very neglected. Do not fall into the trap, right, of thinking that Portland is some kind of rich parish where everybody live big life. You know, you might drive down there and you might pass and see some yachts park up. That's not the case for the average person in Portland. Yet still, the parish maintains a very low murder rate. It's one of the few places that has held on to traditional Jamaican culture in many ways. For example, in Portland, saying you're a killy, saying you're a thugs, don't get you very far. People don't look upon you as if it's a badge of honor. Maybe being left alone turned out to be a good thing in Portland. Anyway, when you look on your screen right now, the World Economic Forum listed the safest countries in the world in 2017. The source is The Telegraph. See it up on your screen? Look on this list. Do you see who is ninth on this list? Rwanda. Yes, that Rwanda. Ninth. Right beside Singapore, Norway, and Switzerland. When they've not listened to me. Maybe I drive a car on the way to work. Maybe I'm already at work. Maybe at home. Open and relax. Right. And I take you on that year. Rwanda was voted the 9th safest place globally. Next to all them European countries. But remember, according to the narrative, to be a safe country, you have to be a rich country. Oh, you see, in the West, people make it sound like African countries are the most murderous and unsafe places on earth. Of course, many African nations has had a troubled past, civil wars in some of them, etc. But most of them have recovered and turned around in spectacular fashion. Rwanda is one of the best examples. Rwanda had a genocide in '94. One of the worst human tragedies in the last 50 years. Many Irish scholars tell us the 1970s in Jamaica was so bloody we still haven't recovered. That's interesting because Rwanda has recovered from a genocide. What Rwanda faced in '94 is nothing Ironman could ever dream of. Matter of fact, nothing we could ever nightmare of. There is nothing in Jamaican history, even if you go back to colonial times, that has seen a greater loss of life over the same time period. To this day, them can't even accurately put a number on how much people died in Rwanda. That was '94. And by 2022, that country is ranked the 9th safest in the world. It's either Irish can do it or no one do it. The same World Economic Forum ranked these countries that you see on your screen as safer than the US and the UK. Remember, developed country, rich country. If you want safe, you have to rich. You have to be a developed country, right? Look on your screen again. Malawi is on the list. Don't worry, we're not saying about them country now. Malawi ranked safer than the US and the UK. Right? But maybe the World Economic Forum is bad mind. Maybe them not like America or the UK. Maybe them not like Europe for whatever reason. Maybe it's propaganda. Let's use Uncle Sam's own data. What you're looking at right now is the US Travel Advisory Map. Right? It was updated in May 2022. This is the most recent one I can find. This is where Uncle Sam showed them citizens the safest countries in the world. And him advise them which part them to go, right, or which part them not to go. Level 1, blue, is the safest they can go. They can see on your screen, right, the levels and what they mean, but I'm going to translate it for now, Irish style. Level 1, blue, means that the country is safe but use common sense. Level 2, yellow, is not bad but it can get spooky. Level 3, orange, you probably want to avoid these countries. That is what Ironman have. Level 3. That's where Uncle Sam rank Ironman. Level 4 is forget it. Don't even bother go. Right. Something real serious I go on at the country where don't even go. Right. Don't travel. Level 5, purple. This is alien badness, aka Mexico. Don't ask me why Mexico have its own color. Right. Mexico is so spooky, it get its own color. Right. Alien badness. So Iron Man is level 3, orange. Look on your screen right now. This is Iron Man, orange. If you look side right, you see Haiti, right, in the red, which is, as I say, equals, forget it, don't go there so. And then you see Cuba in a yellow. This tells me that the list is fair, because Uncle Sam is Cuba level 2. Right? Uncle Sam and Cuba do not get along, so America have no interest in making Cuba look good. So the fact that them give them yellow and not a red, right, that show me say this list, this map it's fair. If it was red, as if them say it's so dangerous, don't go there, then we don't know say a unicorn Uncle Sam sell. Right? So look on your screen again now. These are some of Europe's big wigs. UK, France, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, and by the way I had to write in the names then. Right? Because when Uncle Sam put out the map, right, we never see a name on it, so I write them in just in case you don't know the map of the world so well and which country is what. As you can see, level 2, yellow. Right. UK, yellow. France, yellow. Remember, blue is the safest. Blue is ideal. Blue is as good as it gets. So even Uncle Sam think the UK, France, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium is yellow. Let's look at Africa. You know that place that is supposedly hell? The place where every country is so unsafe and so murderous? Check this out. Remember, this is about safety. This is about crime. This is about danger. Oh dear, oh dear. Look at all those blue. This can't be. This is Africa we are talking about. Maybe the dinosaur need glasses. Una see what me I see? That's blue, right? For all them countries. If poverty has a causal effect on murder and lack of safety, why is there so many blue in Africa? I'm not going to show how poor these countries actually are. Let's zoom in. Here are the countries. You see where you see me right Rwanda? There's an arrow pointing to the small country. So Rwanda is not the country where the name Rwanda on. It's pointing to Rwanda. It's a small country. Angola, Malawi, Botswana. Blue. Safest countries in the world. Remember, the World Economic Forum did say Malawi and Rwanda safer than the UK. But maybe the WEF don't know if read and write. Maybe they must say unicorn, but see Uncle Sam come match it out with them own data. That's two credible sources. This is not my opinion, this is not what I feel. You see, you can talk about what you feel all you want. Me feel say. I'm showing you hardcore data. There are almost 10 countries in Africa that are ranked safer than the US, UK, Germany, France, etc. How is this? If poverty has a causal effect on a nation's murder rate and lack of safety. It's not adding up, Mr. Scholar. Now, you already know these countries are poorer than their European and Caribbean counterparts. But what about literacy, education? Surely, low education and high poverty is the cause of a high murder rate country, right? That is what will make a country have a high murder rate. Surely, right? It has nothing to do with culture, right? It's down to poverty, education and everything, employment and everything. Economic things, right? Okay. Let's look at Angola from the blue list. It's on your screen. Adult literacy rate for Angola, 66%. 66% of adults in Angola can read and write. 77% of youth. Let's look at Malawi. Look on your screen. You see a Malawi that is safer than the US and UK. Adult literacy rate 62%. Youth 72%. These are extremely low numbers. Extremely low numbers. Malawi is an interesting case. Malawi was once ranked the poorest country in the world. At the moment, it's 8. Yes, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th poorest nation in the world. Population, about 20 million, jam-packed in a small, landlocked country. But it have a blue mark on it. Safer than the US and the UK. Safer than Germany. Safer than France. Talk to me. Talk to me, because poverty, if a country or a group of people are poor, then them are going to murder themselves left, right and center. Do you think the Malawi Constabulary Force is superior to the JCF. 62% of the country can read and write. Adults, 62%. Do you think Malawi is blue and Germany is yellow because the Malawi constabulary force is better than the German constabulary force? Do you think Angola's constabulary force is better than Scotland Yard and the French police force? They are simply not turning out the youths them and the conveyor belt as much as Ironman, as much as Honduras. Do you think the Angola police force is so amazing? Right? It find every illegal gun and stop crime. Let's look at another one. Rwanda. Talked about them earlier. Adult literacy rate 73%. Youth literacy rate 86%. Still fairly low. Now let's compare it to Ironman. Our adult literacy rate is 88% and our youth literacy rate is 96%. Youth is important because most 87s are young people. Speaking about Ironman literacy rate, I'm going to let you in on a secret. You ready for this? Shh! Don't tell nobody. Right, this is just between me and you. Jamaica is one of the few countries in the world where women are more literate than men. Shh! Don't tell nobody, you know. Right, let's keep that between us. In Ironman, females have a higher literacy rate than males. Why am I telling you that secret? You see, a lot of Jamaican academics, activists, they take their talking points straight from foreign experts, right? Billy Joe, where them sit on MSNBC, CNN, Fox, whatever. Right? Them sittings, then them go teach it in the colleges in Jamaica. Yeah. I know this because when I listen to them talk, I basically listen to a foreign activist. Anytime they hear something that sound cool, maybe a buzzword or something, them take it and then them run with it in an Ironman, even if it's not relevant. You know that student in a school who copy off of somebody else's paper every time, and then copy until then copy all the next person's name, because them just look over and I write, and them not actually think what them do. That's what many of your favorite scholars are. Them hear people in Winnipeg talk about things, people in France talk about things, and them say, oh yeah, and then just repeat it in Ironman, even though the facts said otherwise. And one example of this is the narrative that Jamaican men, have grouped up, the evil patriarchy, and has done everything to hold back females, and Jamaican women are so downtrodden and oppressed, right, by Jamaican men, evil Jamaican men. Jamaican women don't get no opportunities and they're being murdered, and there'll be no woman left. How many times have you seen this? Them soon kill off the whole of the woman them. They not give woman a chance. Utter nonsense. Jamaican females are more literate than their male counterparts. The majority of our students at our universities are females. It's not even close, not even like a 5% difference. Big difference. Jamaica ranks top percentile in the whole world for place most likely to have a female boss. And as to the narrative I say, they soon kill off the whole of the woman them. About 90% of murder victims are men. About 90% of suicide are men. If anybody is going to be quote unquote wiped out first, it's Jamaican men. These are facts. But who cares about facts? Narrative is more important than facts. Therefore, enough of them things are largely ignored or suppressed depending on how you want to look on it. So you see, poverty does not have a causal effect on a nation's high murder rate. Latin America and the Caribbean wouldn't be the most murderous region in the world if it did. Portland wouldn't be so safe if that was true. There are dirt poor communities in Portland that have had less murders historically than quote unquote uptown Jamaica. Now for the place that we call uptown, Norfolk and them places, people know what gunshots sound like in the community. It might not happen often, but people know. People dead in these places. There are places in Portland. There are places in other parts in Jamaica. Rural places. Dirt poor. People have to walk a much distance to get water. Barely have basic things. And people don't even know what a clapper sound like. This is a narrative pushed by many activists. Some of them because, as I say, them get textbook written by Billy Joe and they just repeat them in a textbook. But then there's also the activists, who subconsciously associate poor with savage. They think if you're poor, then you can't help but be a savage. You can't help but be a murderer. What you want him to do? Him poor. So why people in Malawi, why people in Rwanda have a country we're safer than the US and the UK? Why isn't the poverty in Rwanda, Angola, etc. causing these countries to have extremely high murder rates? And these are countries that historically had civil wars. These are countries that have had outside interference, setting up one side against the other, war and strife going, and people done the war and move on and have very safe countries. Because these talking points can't be coming from Jamaican history. Not the Jamaica, where people who are alive still remember. The Jamaica where people who were dirt poor used to go in bed with them window and them doors open. Jamaica's economy, Jamaica's education, when it comes down to employment, literacy, etc. Jamaica did not change for the worse. It was our culture that changed the worse. It was our politics that changed for the worse. In Harriman, you never kill nobody yet, you are no bad man, is a this. You are no criminal, is a this. That is culture. Somebody have a dead back is a cultural attitude. If you can't catch Quaco, you catch him short. It's a cultural attitude. So, I sum it up as culture, but if you were to draw little lines under it, you could break up culture, in many ways. This is why I always talk about the facts. Family, parents, fathers are important. For many young people, them father are them favorite artists. They cling to every word. They literally look up to them as a guiding beacon. And the things to them are ear, they take it as gospel. People, well, me listen the same thing and me no kill nobody. Get a grip, please. Enough people catch Big C and are dead. That no means a Big C can't kill people. Saying, well, Big C can't kill nobody cause media Big C and me never dead. Well, Car can't let nobody and kill them cause Car let me down and me never dead. Please. Let's take this thing serious. There are youths out there who hear certain things. Take it as gospel. Take it like something father them listen to. Because them actually father isn't there to guide them. Their mother isn't there to guide them. Culture. One big word, all for things under it. Malawi is safer than Jamaica. It is also safer than the USA, Germany and the UK. And this is information provided by Uncle Sam. This is not the African Tourist Board that try to make themselves look good. This is Uncle Sam. This is the World Economic Forum after this. How can malaria be blue and Ironman be orange? Misdiagnosing an illness make it worse. Suppose your kidney bad, but them give you medicine for your heart. You take beer medicine daily, and your kidney get worse and worse, so that's what happens with crime in Jamaica. All these years, them push the poverty as the diagnosis. And we are treated poverty. Alright, money, more money. If you get money, spend more money, put money over yourself. And the crime not change. Because the medicine won't argue is to treat heart problems. When the kidney are the issue. Culture one, especially the family part and them thing there. It's gonna make every Iron Man citizen have to look in the mirror. I don't want to do that. But using the poverty one, it give you a break, it give you a blight. It make you point the finger and say, you see it? A poverty causes it and I don't mean invent poverty. So you sleep better at night. if I hear one more quote-unquote academic push this narrative in Iron Man, I have to go back and make out my lunch. It's disgusting at this point. Anyway, Patreon Squad, big up on yourself. Yeah, you don't know, more life. Vulture Squad, see you circling. Bless.